Um, what is good, YouTube? I go by name Big AG, and you all are welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are watching me for the first time, and you do well to smash the like and sub button, do that for your boy ASAP. Let's go. So it is what it is. It's been a while I've been on here. It's been a while here on YouTube, and also it's been a while with the chat. So since the beginning of this year, as you all know, I trade only good, and I do good on a swing trading. I trade it as swing trading, but earlier this year I realized something. I found a simple strategy on Xauusd which uses a 1 minute time frame, right? 1 minute time frame strategy. So I've been following this strategy for a while now, and I've been trying it, I've been backtesting it. So up till last month when I go on a break, it's not that I go on a break, it's just that some things happen like that. Some things happen, so I just have to go on a break, leave the charts, and it is what it is. Here we are now. I am back currently. So today is Wednesday. I'm back now actually. So today is Wednesday, 3rd of June 2026, and I'm going to be doing a backtesting on a 1 minute time frame on gold. Backtesting on 1 minute time frame on gold. So before we start this backtesting, since it has been a while, I checked the charts. It has been a while here on YouTube, so it won't be a wise decision for someone who has checked the charts for a while to just come back one day and say, oh, I want to take a trade. No, it's not a wise decision. Before you take a trade, advisably, you have to backtest. Not just backtest for the week, like you have to backtest for like 2 weeks back. You have to backtest for like 2 weeks, backtest 2 weeks, and see what the markets have been up to, so we can know what's led to the current position of the market, what happened yesterday, what happened last week, the trades you have missed out on, the trade you are supposed to take, which when you are absent, the trade you are supposed to take when you're absent. It is what it is. All this is the reason why you need to do some backtesting. And one of the good reasons why people need to backtest is that it gives you the edge to know where you are in the market currently. It makes you know your weak points. It makes you know whether you are greedy or not. It makes you know where you are making mistakes, because trust me, there are many mistakes in the market that you yourself as a trader, you're going to make some mistakes and you won't know that you have made a big mistake while trading. But it is what it is. So today, let's just go straight to the chart and let's see some backtesting. And one more thing, whenever you're backtesting, you have to be real with yourself. You have to be very realistic with yourself. Don't just backtest and look for wins. Backtest and look for losses too. Look for wins too, and make sure you check the trades that, okay, if you are on seats while this trade is going on, will you take this particular trade or not? Be sincere with yourself. Don't just lie to yourself and come to the chart and start backtesting on just winnings and losses alone. Be sincere with yourself. If you're in this kind of position where this market is running, are you going to take this trade or no? So it is what it is, guys. Without wasting much of our time, let's just go straight to the chart and see what has been going on. Let's go. This is what is happening on gold currently. So you can see this chart right here. This chart, I have two charts on my screen. So this chart right here is the 1 minute time frame. This is here at top, the 1 minute time frame. And this second chart right here is the 4 hours time frame. 4 hours time frame. You can see it is also up here, one side up here. I don't think you guys can see it clearly, but it is what it is. So as it is what it is, so I'm going to be talking about doing the backtesting on the 1 minute time frame. So since I'm going to be backtesting on the 1 minute time frame, I'll just have to scrape out, I have to wide the screen of the 1 minute time frame here, so that we can go all together, right? So this is where price is currently. This is today, although I'm not in any trade right now. I did not take any trade currently. So this is today. So before we start doing the backtesting, my 1 minute time frame strategy allows me to trade from 8 a.m., 8 o'clock in the morning. 8 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning to 11 o'clock a.m. in the morning. Just 8 to 11, right? 8 to 11. That's 4 hours trade in the morning, every Monday to Friday, 8 to 11 a.m. So it is what it is today. Before we come to today, let's just quickly go back to wherever we can start the back testing from. Let's just go back to the last place the chart can show me, because this is a free mode. Actually, this is not a paid mode. So it is what it is. So the last place I can start this back testing from is from on the 25th of May 2026, which is last week, right? Last week. So like I said, my strategy allows me to trade from 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock a.m. in the morning, every Monday to Friday, every trading days, right? Every trading days. Let me just use that word, every trading day. So on Monday 25th, I'm going to mark out my 8 o'clock session and 11 o'clock zone. 8 o'clock zone and 11 o'clock zone. So here is 8 o'clock. You can see it's so I'm going to mark it out. And then for the 11 too, you can see I'm also going to mark that out too. So everybody can be on one page. So next thing is to zoom it out and see what's going on, what goes down for that day. So my strategies work like this. Let me just give us one simple analysis on my strategy, even though I'm not going to be mentioning every other. I'm not going to be going into full details for now. But from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., all I'm just going to be watching out for is just the major support and resistance zone. Major support and resistance zone. So aside from the major support and resistance zone, there are also some confluences I need to watch out for. Some confluences I need to watch out for. As you can see, I have a moving average line on my screen. So the moving average line is not just there for fashion, it is there for a reason. Both my 1 minute time frame strategy and my 4 hours time frame strategy, I use this for this moving average line. This moving average line have a purpose. On my 1 minute time frame, the way I look at the market is different from the 4 hours time frame. Different approach to the market, but one trader. It is where it is. One trader and one pair. It is where it is, guys. So let's go. Like I said, I watch out for the major support and resistance zone on my 1 minute time frame. Major support and resistance zone on my 1 minute time frame. And remember, always be real to yourself. Always be real to yourself whenever you're doing back testing. Right? It is what it is. So let's go. So right about now, let's say this is where the market start from. So before we go into the chart, let me just show us one more thing again. I said major support and resistance, right? Major support and resistance. So out of major support and resistance, we'll mostly have something like double top and double bottom, double top and double bottom, right? So double top goes like this, right? This is a double top, and this is a double bottom. This is a double bottom. So this first one right here is called this second one. This first one right here is a resistance zone. Is a resistance zone, which means it's giving us a sell movement, right? It's giving us a sell movement. And while the second one right here is a support zone, which is giving us a buy movement, which means it is supporting the market to move up. And while the first one is a resistance zone, which is supporting the resisting the market from going up. So it is resisting the market from going up. So therefore, the price is going to come down. If price is not going up, it will come down. If it's not going up, it will come down. And if it is not going up or down, it will just continue moving sideways, 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 just like something like this. Instead of it giving us a complete support and resistance, then it is just going to be moving sideways somehow around the side. It is not going to fulfill what we want it to do. But that's for that. In the absence of that, let me just quickly delete all these guys right here. So we can just go straight to the back testing, right? It is what it is. Today is going to be a long day, but I hope it won't be that long because I just want to calm down and do this back testing for us because it is not just for YouTube, it is also for my own back testing sake, right? So in this case, I'm showing you how I do my back testing, right? So let's go. So from 8 to 11 a.m. o'clock, this is where the price start from 8 o'clock, this zone right here. This is the line here, and this is where the price start from 8 o'clock, right? From 8 o'clock. Let's just see. Let me zoom the line. Let me make it bolder. 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 So I'm sure everybody can see the line now. These two lines right here. So that's for that. So this is where price start from, and price move from this place, from this position, down here, down here, down here. So right here, price was about to give us a double top around this place. Price gave us a double top. It's not that price was about to give us a double top. Price gave us a double top around this area. So now let us watch and see. So, but the trade is not a good trade, right? The trade is not a good trade. In all my trades, I always watch out for confirmation candlestick, which means if it's going to be a support zone, we want the bullish candlestick to be a strong one. And if it's going to be a resistance zone, we want the sell candlestick to be a very, very strong candlestick, right? So here we are, this candlestick right here. Let me mark it out for us. This candlestick right here, box out, is the candlestick that is giving us the resistance, the sell-off candlestick. As you can see, it is a good formation, but the candlestick is not full enough for me. And according to my strategy, the candlestick is not giving a confirmation movement. It's not giving the confirmation to take any trade, right? Candlestick is not giving any confirmation to take any trade. So as a trader, you don't need to rush yourself into anyhow trade. You don't need to take all the trades that come your way, but rather you need to stay calm and just hold on till a perfect candlestick shows up. And a perfect candle formation does not necessarily mean to be a win. Sometimes it can also be a loss. So that's for that. So this candlestick is called an indecisive candlestick, right? Indecisive candlestick in the sense that it has no direction, meaning it can go up and it can also come down, and it can also choose to just go sideways, 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 right? So it is what it is. But some people, some traders can up on this trade. But as for me, like I said, you have to be realistic with yourself whenever you are doing back testing. So as for me, this trade is not a good trade for me. So if I should take this trade, this will have been my this will have been what would have happened if I should take this trade. So I watch out for. So once again, my trade, I have my in my trade, I want my targets are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I don't do target of, I don't take profit of 3. I don't take profit of um 8 pips. I don't take profit of 7 pips. I don't take profit of 12 pips. I only take profit of 5 pips, 10 pips, 20 pips, 15 pips, whole number like that. It is what it is. So, and like I said, also there are also some confluences around my trading, like this moving average strategy, which I'm going to be sharing the full details of my strategy in the future, but that's not now, right? So just follow my lead and let's go. So for this trade, for me, it is not a good trade, but as you can see, it went straight to the TP. So if you are the one doing this backtesting, all you need to just do, maybe if you are not around when this price was moving, because as for me, I was not on seat when this price was moving, when market was doing all these things, I wasn't on seat. I wasn't watching the charts, so it is what it is. So if I was on seat, I wouldn't have taken this trade. So even though it is a good trade and it went straight to TP, I wouldn't have taken this kind of trade. So this is not a good trade. This is a no trade. So no trade for me as of the moment. And also from there, let's continue moving. So from here, price hits TP. Here's the TP point, and price continue moving down up to this level, and price came back up here again, came back down, and give another support zone around here. So this support zone around here is a full candlestick. Is a full candlestick, but it is not also a good trade for me because it is not meeting all my. It is not. It is not aligning with my strategy. What I need to see is not complete. So therefore, I won't be taking this kind of trade, right? Even though it is also a good trade for some traders, right? Even though it is also a good trade for some traders, you can see, like I said from the beginning, we have a double top and a double bottom. So this first trade right here is a double top. You can see this first one right here is a double top. So that is a double top. You can see the formation, right? This is a double top. So this second trade also is also a double top, but it is not aligning with my rules. As a trader, you have to be the one to set your rules and regulation for the market. Let the price have all your criteria before going into the market, right? So let the price have all what you need before going into the market, right? As well can see, this is also a good double bottom. But as for me, it is not meeting all my criteria, all what so this also is also a good double bottom candle formation, but it is what it is. It is not aligning with my strategy because, like I said, this my moving average has a very, very, very good solid reason. It is not just there for fancy, but it is there for a purpose. So is what is. This is not aligning with my trade, right? So for me, if I was on seats on this day, I won't be taking this kind of trade. But even though it hits TP straight, like I said, you have to be very, very, very realistic with the kind of trade you're going to take. You as a trader, you only know yourself. Nobody know you like you do. So, and your trade is going to give the reflection of who you are. For me, I'm not going to be taking this kind of trade, even though it has a good candlestick formation and it went straight to TP, right? It went straight to TP. So let me mark out the candlestick for us. It has a good candlestick, um, a good buy candlestick, as you can see, confirmed candlestick. huge one, but it is what it is. The trade is not a good trade, right? So for me, this is also a no trade on Monday, 25th of May 2026. So let's move forward. From there, let's say price hits TP, right? Yeah, price hits TP. And what next after price hits TP? Not a good trade for me. And price continue moving again up to this point. Is this a good TP? Is this a good trade? So let's see if this is a good trade for us. So let's say price move from here up to this level. Price came back down here, and price came back up here again. Price now give us this sell candlestick, right? As we can see again, this is also a good trade. This is a double top, right? From the beginning, I showed you guys what I'm going to be watching out for, and what I'm going to be watching out for. So this is a good double top candle formation. As you can see, this is where the resistance is. This is a good resistance zone, right? The the confirmation candlestick goes like this. This is the confirmation candlestick. Let me mark it out for us. Let me mark it out for us. This black candlestick right here. Good candlestick, solid candlestick, and big candlestick. Very confirmed candlestick. So if I was on seats at this moment, I would have taken this trade. Remember, I told you guys I won't be taking two trade. No, I won't be taking the trade because it is what it is. So why the reason why I won't be taking this trade is that now let us do the calculations of the pips. Like I said, I don't go for my target is always 5, 10, 15, 20, etc. Stuff like that. 5, 10, 15, 20, and upward like that. So if you should look at this, it is 3. So, and again, the way I calculate my pips, the way I calculate my pips is different from the way other traders do calculate their pips. I can't just explain that now, but it is what it is. So here, I use this whole number, this first number as my pips, right? This is 3. This is 3. Some other traders, most of the traders use this 3 as 30 pips. Call this 3 30 pips and call this one 10 pips, but that is not in my own case. That is not how I trade. But this 3, I use it as 3 pips. So therefore, if you are using a 0.201 lot size on these 3 pips, you are going to be going for aiming for a $3 profit. And also, if you are using a 0.01 lot size for this stop loss, which is 1.53, you are going, and it eventually hits stop loss, you are going to be losing a 1.53 $1.53 loss. That is what is going to be a loss. So is what it is for. If I was on seats and I did all my calculations, or I check all my criteria for this kind of trade, I won't be taking this kind of trade. Why won't I be taking this kind of trade? Because I have my moving average line right here. So let me just give us one of these tip. I don't, whenever I'm trading on my 1 minute time frame strategy, I don't trade whenever price is above the moving average line. I don't trade market below the moving average. Whenever price is here, I don't trade down here. I don't cross this moving average. Whenever price is below, I don't trade above. I don't cross the moving average. Even though I'm going to buy around here, I'm not going to buy above this moving average. So whenever price is here at the top, above the moving average, I don't sell below the moving average. So that tip is for that. So if you're watching this video correctly, that is for that. So let's go. So for this trade is a no trade for me, right? Even though it's a good trade, you can see it keeps moving, going down. But for me, it is what it is, not a good trade. So as a trader, you need to stay real to yourself, know your strategy, know your weakness, know what you are doing again, so you won't just keep gambling your money away. So it is what it is. Let's just say from there, price just keep moving. Price give us this straight bearish movement. Price just keep moving down. Yeah. And we got the price give us something like this again, right? And price give us something like this again before price now come back to this top. So this is also giving us another double bottom movement. But in this scenario, we just can't enter anyhow trade in this scenario. Why? Because we need to watch out for the confirmed candlestick, the kind of candlestick we want to see before we up on the market. You don't just up on the market with anyhow candlestick, right? With anyhow candlestick. Anyhow candlestick is not good for a trader. So this candlestick is a good candlestick, right? Let me zoom it out for us so you can see this candlestick right here. I'm going to mark it out for us. uh, this candlestick right here is a very, very good and solid candlestick. But the reason why I won't be taking this kind of a trade when the price is here at this moment, if I was on seats when this candlestick closes, I'm not going to take this kind of trade. And the reason why is that every candlestick I'm going to be taking has to overshadow the previous candlestick. So if I'm going for a buy like this blue candlestick have to overshadow this previous black candlestick. The black means bearish candlestick, right? And this blue is a bullish candlestick. So it is what it is for that. So as for now, this candlestick is not overshadowing this candlestick. So it is not giving us a permission to trade, right? It is not giving us the confirmation to trade. And also after that, we have straight. I think we have taken the trade, it should have been a loss because after that we have a straight bearish candlestick again, which is this, right? And after this bearish candlestick, we have this another blue candlestick again. So this candlestick again is not convincing enough. This blue candlestick I marked out is not convincing enough for us to take a trade. So this candlestick is not a full bullish candlestick. As you can see, it has a wick here. We have this wick here, and we also have a very, very long wick at the bottom. We have a long wick at the top. We have a long wick at the bottom. So, and we have the body at the middle, this wick here and this wick here. Then this is the body at the middle, meaning that this candlestick is also an indecisive candlestick. Yeah, it has no direction, actually, it has no direction, and it is not a good candlestick. It is not giving us a confirmation to take our buy from here, right? So after that, we need to be patient. The next candlestick again we have is another indecisive candlestick. Look at it. This black candlestick I marked out right here. Then we didn't took the trade. If I was on seat, I wouldn't have taken this trade, right? So the next candlestick is also a black candlestick, same as this, then same as this. You see the amount of patience you need to have around this area. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candlestick, 8 indecisive candlestick, which we do not need to trade. You understand? According to my strategy, these candlesticks are not tradable, right? According to my strategy, the candlesticks are not tradable. So the next candlestick we have right here is a bullish candlestick, right? Is a bullish candlestick. So even though this candlestick too is also indecisive because we have a long wick at the top and we also have a long wick at the bottom, but cool, it's pretty cool. If you look at this candlestick and if you look at this candlestick, like these two, you realize that they are not the same. The kind of wick we have at the top of this candlestick, this blue, is not long as the kind of candlestick we have here, and the body is not the same size, right? And again, like I said, it has to overshadow the previous candlestick. So this candlestick right here overshadow this, and all of these indecisive candlestick we have right here. So in this case scenario, this candle formation has passed this first confluence. So now let us now check the measurement. Is it up to 5, 10, 15 pips that I'm talking about? So if it is not up to the pips I'm talking about, there is no need for me to be taking this kind of trade. But if it is up to, if I was on seat, I'm going to be taking this kind of trade. So it is what it is. Wow. So this candlestick also, this candle formation is not up to, is not giving what we want. So as we can see, this is giving a 2 pips, 2.133, but some other traders are going to call this 20 pips, but for me I call it 2 pips. So if you're watching me, it's your boy Big AG, this is how I roll. So this is 2 pips, and this is a risk of 1 pips going for a risk of 2 pips. And if we should be say, if I should say I want to go for a risk of the 5 pips, as usual, I have to move above, I have to trade above the moving average, which if I do, I've already trade outside my trading strategy, which is not a right thing for a trader to do. Because trust me, as a trader, the moment you trade outside your rules, then you have already lose your money. Even though the trade turned out to be a win, then trust me, the next trade you can lose all your money, because the moment you trade against your rule, you continue trading against your rule, and you think it's a normal thing to do because it gives you a win trade. But trust me, it is the most dangerous thing to do. So on Monday, 25th of May 2026, we have no trade for that day. So as you can see, the price just kept moving, even though this hits TP around this area, but is what it is not a good trade for me. For on Monday 25th, we have 4 trades, right? 4 trades, and which all the whole four trades was not a good trade. So that is it. Is what it is for Monday 25th. So next thing is to go straight to Tuesday 26th, right? Tuesday 26th. So let's go to Tuesday 26th. So here we are on Tuesday. First thing to do also on Tuesday is to also quickly mark out the zone, which is 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Like I said, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. That's how we roll. So let us locate where price is for that day. This is now on the 26th of May 2026, right? 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. So let's find out what the market gives us for that particular day. So let's say price start moving from here, this particular line right here. So price start moving. We have this movement, this small bearish movement, and then price came back up again. Give us another bearish movement and give us this double bottom movement around here. So now let's check the confluences we need to see whenever we spot a good trade, right? Let us check the confluence we need to see whenever we see a good trade. Like I said, you need to be very, very realistic with yourself. So we have this. This is also a good double bottom trade. So we have the first movement, then this, then this, then we have this. As you can all see, this is also a good double bottom. But now, what we are going to be watching out for is the confluences. We need to watch out for the candlesticks and the measurements. The candlestick and the measurement. So this candlestick, is it giving a good candlestick? Is it giving a good candlestick? So this candlestick is giving a good candlestick, right? This confirmation candlestick right here, it is giving a good confirmation to buy, right? So let us zoom it out. Why is it giving a good confirmation to buy? Because even though it have wick at the top, it is also a good confirmed strong bullish candlestick because it overshadows this previous indecisive candlestick. It also overshadows it overshadows the two previous indecisive candlestick. All so this is giving us a good trade, by the way. So now the next thing to check is the measurement. Is it up to the level we want it to be or not? So that let's start from here. Same thing again, it is not up to the level we want it to be. So if I was on seats at this moment when market is giving us this kind of movement, I am not going to be taking this kind of trade. Why? Because of just one confluence, right? One confluence, because of just one confluence. And the reason is that it is not, if I have to take this kind of trade, I have to go outside my strategy, which is something like this, right? I have to trade outside my strategy, which is something like, and this is also acceptable because it is not too much. It's not too much. It's just like few pips away, maybe just like 6 0, maybe just like 0.10, right? Yeah, it's just like 0.10 pips, but it is where it is. This is not also far. This trade, if I was on seats when this kind of trade is happening, will I take this kind of trade after doing all these measurements? Yes, I'm going to be taking this kind of trade. Why? Because of just this, right? Because of this, it is just the take profit is just staying right at the spot where the moving average is. So I'm not going above it. I'm not going above it. You can see the space. You can see the space right here. And when the price is here, this is where the moving average is going to be around this point. So if I'm to take the trade, which means I'm not going out trading outside my strategy like that. So this trade is going to be a winning trade, as you can all see, straight to TP, first trade on Tuesday, 26th of May, 2026. So on Tuesday, I have one trade. So this is a good trade for Tuesday 26, 2026, right? On Tuesday 26, 2026. So if I was on seat on this particular moment when this is going on, I would have taken this trade, right? So for last week, 25th, there was no trade. 26th, this is my first trade for the week, and let's move forward. We have 5 pips, and if I should have used my 0.01 or 0.01, I'll be gaining exactly $5 on this trade. And if I was using 0.02, I'll be getting like $2. So let me do my back testing with just 0.01, which is a $5 profit, right? So this is a trade. This is a good trade, which means I have a $5 profit. for last week. So after that, let's move further and let's see what happens next, right? Let's move forward and let's see what happens next. So let's just say price move from here, CP, and keep moving, keep going up. We have, and price also start giving us another bearish movement again, go up, movement, consolidating, bearish movement, and here we have another double bottom, right? Another double bottom. So most people won't think this is a good trade because of the way it looks like, right? Because of the way it looks like this particular movement around here. So what do you guys see in this particular movement, right? Is this a good trade or not? So if I should do the calculations, check the analysis, and let's see how it happens. So we have this bearish movement, and we have one bullish candlestick here, this one right here, another bearish movement here, another small bullish, and we have this bearish. It gives us a wick at this particular point. Let me zoom it out for us so you can see clearly, right? So after this week, we have this again, and we have this. So how is this a trade? So now the next thing is to break it into pieces. And also remember, whenever you are on seats, when the market is moving, you have to follow the market with your full mind. You don't need to get carried away, because if you get carried away, you are already away. You can't come back again because price won't wait for you, right? So is what it is. Price give us this, and this. So the confirmation candlestick around this area is this. The confirmation candlestick here is this. From here, we are going to be watching out for a trade. So after this movement, let us see the measurement. Is it up to what we look for, what we want, or not up to what we want? So when I bring out my buy tools, my buy measurement, this is a good support area, and let's see how it goes. Did it gives a good risk to reward? Absolutely, it gives a good risk to reward. So here is 5 pips, and as you can see, TP straight, TP straight. You can see we don't have to trade outside our strategy. As a trader, you don't need to trade outside your strategy, because if your strategy is a good strategy, the market is always going to come to you. Understand? The market is always going to give you your own entry. And remember, a good entry does not necessarily have to be a take profit trade. Understand? A good entry does not necessarily be a take profit trade. So sometimes it can be a loss, and sometimes it can be a profit, but a good strategy will always have more take profit than the stop loss. So it is what it is. So here we have this confirmation candlestick, and it gives a 5 pips movement and risking a 1.5, let's say risking 2 pips movement, right? And going for a 5 pips profit. So if I was on seats this trade, I would have been taking this trade, which is giving a 5 USD profit. So if I was to use 0.01 lot size on this trade, I'm going to be getting a $5 reward. So that is for that. So let's go on to the next, right? On to the next. So let's say price continue moving again from this particular point. Again, consolidating, and here we have this, but it's too long to follow. We can't take this kind of trade, right? It's too long, and again, it is not giving any reasonable support and resistance, right? This trade right here is not giving us any reasonable support and resistance. But before we go to that, let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens here. So this is also a good movement. Good movement on Tuesday, May 2026. Okay. Tuesday, May 2026. We have this movement came up here. Give us this right here, and this right here. So this is also a good double top movement, right? Double top can come in disguise. Double top can't be perfect most of the time. Remember, this is a chart. The chart does not necessarily have to be perfect. You don't have to necessarily see the double top as a M, letter M, like I just draw for us in the first place. Letter M, like this line right here. You don't necessarily have to see it in a pure letter M shape, but it's surely going to bring that shape of double bottom. So even though this is not very clear, for the sake of not missing out, So now let's see how it goes. Let us now check the measurement, and we can see the candlestick is intact. This candlestick right here, let me mark it out again. This bearish movement candlestick is a very, very, very good, strong confirmation candlestick. You can see. So now next thing to check is the measurement. Is it giving us what we want or no? Is it a yes or a no for this kind of trade? So it is what it is. This trade also is a yes trade. So if I was on seats at this particular moment, it is very, 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 very possible for me to take this kind of trade. If I was on seats at this particular moment, right, it is very, 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 very possible for me to take this kind of trade, right? So this trade also is going to be, this is what's going to happen if I was on seat when this trade is moving around the side. That was on Tuesday last week, 26th of May 2026, right? We have another profit, right? Another profit. So meaning on Tuesday alone, we have three trades in the morning on Tuesday, which is 555, which is giving us a $15 profit if I was to use 0.01 lot size, right? If I was to use 0.01 lot size, this trade is going to give us on Tuesday, we are going to be getting $15 profit, right? $15 profit. Another, the second trade is here, was here, and the third trade was around this area, right? So now let's move on to the next, So from here we hit TP and price came down here. After that, price gave us this bullish candlestick movement. So now you seeing this bullish candlestick movement, you might want to say, since price have come down here, all you need to do again is to take this again as a buy. But no, 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 this is not giving a good candlestick movement. Why? Because it has no support. It has no support at the bottom, and again it has more wick at the top, right? It has more wick at the top, right? Look at the wick. Look, look at the wick. It has no support. It's not sitting well, number one. And look at the wick. I don't mean this wick is down here, and I don't mean this candlestick is turning upside down. It will have been a very, very, very good trade, regardless of its hitting stop loss, right? It will have been a very, very good trade. If I was on seat, why this trade happened, I won't be taking this trade because the candlestick is not good enough, not strong enough. Then it has a lot of wick at the top, right? So let's move on to the next. So that's for Tuesday, 26, 2026, right? Tuesday, May 26, 2026. Price just kept moving from here. Boom, boom. No sign of any, no sign of support and demand again at this moment. So this is where it is. So now let's go to Wednesday. Wednesday, and let's see how it goes down on Wednesday. So here we are on Wednesday. Wednesday is 27th of May 2026. So now the next thing to do on Wednesday is to map out our time zone, 8 o'clock a.m. to 11 o'clock a.m. as usual. So now let us go mark out our time zone, right? So here we have 8 o'clock a.m. We have 8 o'clock, as you can see the time here, 8 a.m. 27th May 2026, right? And also here we have our 11 o'clock a.m. 27th May 2026, guys. So now the next thing to do is to watch out, check how the movement happens, right? Go see what's up in the charts and see what you would have done if you were on seat, or maybe when you were on seat, what you did wrong and what you did right. So it is where it is, guys. So this is price moving, no sign of support, no sign of support, right? No sign of support. These candlesticks are not overshadowing the previous candlestick, right? So no sign of support. So around this area, we have a particular movement here. So let us check this out and let's see how it happens, right? Let us see this. Let us check this out and let's see how it happens. So here we have another good resistance zone, which is giving us the confirmation to buy. But before the confirmation to sell, I mean, so before we should sell, let's go through our let us see our terms and conditions for the market again, because you can't be jumping into the market without checking your rules. Rules are one of the simplest things to forget in this forex journey. As a forex trader, every morning you need to check out your rules. Understand? Every morning you need to check out your rules. So first thing first, this candlestick is a very, very bullish candlestick, confirmed bullish candlestick, and also a very strong bullish candlestick, right? A very, very, very strong one. Because number one, it start from the beginning of the bearish movement, which is from this area. And look at what I'm saying, look at what I mean earlier. See this bearish candlestick. Let us see what it has. Let us see the futures. Look at the week. Take a look at the week. Take a look at the wick at this top, and take a look at the body of the candlestick. Now take a look at this previous candlestick that I ignored. I said I won't be taking. So as you guys can see, I didn't mean this previous candlestick was facing up. The wick, I didn't mean the wick is down here and this body is up here. I would have been taking this trade, right? I would have been taking this trade, but it is what it is. It is not aligning with my strategy. So now we have this right here, which is aligning with my strategy. Look at the wick up here. That's a nice wick. Start from where it is supposed to start from, and look at the body. Very strong bearish candlestick movement. So why not jump on this one? This is a good trade, right? So if you should up on this trade, looking out for a 5 pips movement, and here we are, easy peasy 5 pips movement, right? So this is also a good trade for me, and based on my 1 minute time frame strategy, right? Based on my time frame strategy, this is a good sell point for me. I can see take profit straight. So it is what it is for Wednesday. So last week, Monday, no trade. Tuesday, 3 trades. And here we are on Wednesday. Our fourth trade, which was a win on Wednesday. No, let us not consider this trade as a win. First of all, let me see what happened. Okay. I thought there was a week. I thought there was a week on this next candlestick that led us up to this top, but there was no week. So it is what it is. This is a good trade, and again, by the way, this is another good trade. Again, by the way, as you can see, it gives us a double top formation, right? This is a good double top formation. This is a good double top formation. So straight to 5 pips, and straight to $5 profits if I was using a 0.01 lot size. It is what it is, guys. So now on to the next. I won't be wasting much time on this. I won't be wasting much time on this because I don't want to waste much time on it. It's just backtesting, right? So this is for Wednesday. Mind me, don't mind me, guys. It is not just a backtesting. Backtesting in forex trading is not just a backtesting, right? So it means a lot. So we have this movement, this consolidating again, and then we have this bearish again. Price moved up again, and we have this again here. So now again we have another situation here. If you were the one on seats while this trade happens, are you going to take this kind of trade or not? So now let me show us the kind of trade I'm talking about. We have this movement here, and we have this movement right here, and we have this right here, and we have this right here. So this movement is a good trade, but what it end up in a loss. Why is it a good trade? As you can see, a good solid support and resistance, even though the confirmation zone is not up to where we want it to be, but it is giving us a good week and a good body for for a confirmation candlestick, right? It's giving us a good week. And see the small wick at the top and a good body of the candlestick. And also we are not trading above the moving average strategy. You can consider this as a fake out. Consider this as a fake out, and consider this candlestick. You can consider this movement around here, this whole movement around here, as a fake out. Then it comes back to the line and come back down again. But it is what it is. It's end up in a loss. So if I was on trade at this particular moment, this is what it would have been like. If I was with the charts, if I was watching, this is what would have happened, right? So this is how it would have been. This is now to 10, right? This is now to 10. So we just have to stay at 5. If it is not to 10, we need to stay at 5. So we won't just lose both the 10 and the 5, right? So we won't lose both the 10 and 5. So, but it is what it is. Still, this price, this market hits a stop loss as of this moment. So for last week, 25, no trade. 26, we have 3 trade. 24, we have one win, one lose, which is we have four wins and one loss in a row, right? So this way is let us move on to the next. So price start moving again. After price give me a nice stop loss, right? So we have this movement, we have this, and also price start moving up, up again. Price start moving up again. So we have something like this. We have something like this, but it is what it is. It is not a good trade. We have something like this, right? We have something like this, and here is the double bottom, double top movement. Let me mark out the double top movement for us. Let's see, we have this, we have this, and we have this, right? But this in this scenario, the candlestick is more than this previous one, but it is what it is. It is a good candlestick, good trade, but it is what it is. So now let us check the measurement and let's see what happened next. So after this blue bullish candlestick, the next candlestick we have was a bearish movement, but the bearish was not bearishing enough for me, not convincing enough for me to take this kind of trade because it is not overshadowing the previous candlestick. You can see this bearish black candlestick is not convincing enough to take this kind of trade, right? It's not convincing enough. So after that, we move to the next, move to the next, move to the next, move to the next. Then here goes Kolu, and then here goes another candlestick. But this candlestick is kind of long. As you can see, we have the wick above the candlestick, and we have a good long straight candlestick. So now let us check the measurement. Let us see how it's going to work out. Is it a win or a loss? So in this trade, realize if I'm going to be taking this trade, I'm going to be risking a $2 amount of $2. So now let me see if it is up to. So it's not. Let us see what it is up to. Is it up to 5? So it is up to 5. Directly up to 5, straight up to 5. So it is what it is. If I was on seats at this particular moment, I'm going to be taking this kind of trade too. Again, so right, I'm going to be taking this kind of trade if I was on seats at this moment. So it is what it is. This is for last week. This is for last week. On Wednesday, we have one loss, one profit, right? So meaning all in all, we have four wins and one loss. All four wins is a $5 wins, and the one loss is a $2 losses, right? So let us move on to the next. Let's see what happened again on Wednesday. So we have this, we have this, we have this double top, but not good enough. But as you can see, it's TP, straight TP, and we have something like this too, right? So which means on Wednesday we only have two trades on Wednesday, May 2026, right? May Wednesday 27th 2026, right? On Tuesday, one win, one loss. So now the next thing is to go to Thursday. Let us sharply go to Thursday and let's see what happened on Thursday, right? So now we're going to mark out the zone 8 o'clock and 11 o'clock a.m., right? 8 o'clock and 11 o'clock a.m. So the long thing, guys. Now let me look at what's up for the zone. Let me look for the zone. 8 to 11. 8 to 11 on Thursday. This strategy I'm using actually is a very, very, very nice strategy and a good strategy. Only if you abide by the rules you give to it, right? There is a difference between having a strategy and mastering the strategy. If you have a strategy and you don't master a strategy, it is where it is. You are still far from profitability. So that's why it is. So on Thursday, 28th May 2026, price start moving from this particular point. Let's say 8 o'clock a.m. started from here, and we have something like this, something like this, double bottom, but the candlestick is not good enough for me to take this kind of trade. So again, we have this motion, this movement, we have this, and again, all these sideways movement, all these sideways movement, all these sideways movement, all these sideways movement, sideways, sideways, sideways. So you need to ignore all these unnecessary candle formation, right? Unnecessary candle formation. Whenever you need to only need to trade when you are supposed to. You don't need to be trading when you are not supposed to. So it is for easy, guys. So for on Thursday we have this movement, which is also considered to be a good resistance zone. But however, it is not tradable because of the moving average, right? Because of the moving average. So that is that for that. On Thursday, no trade. As you can see, on Thursday, no trade. On to the next. On to the next. So on Thursday, there was no trade on Thursday for me. So now let's move to Friday, which is last week Friday. This 3 days back or 2 days back. So now next thing to do is to find out, mark out our trading zone 8 to 11 o'clock a.m. 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. So it is what it is. Right about now, this is Friday. This is Friday. This is Friday. And let's just see what happened on Friday. 8 a.m. to 11 o'clock a.m. guys. 8 to 11. 8 to 11. Friday. Friday. So next thing to do on Friday is to mark out the zone, our time zone, our trading zone. 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. 8 o'clock a.m. to 11 a.m. And this is the 8 o'clock a.m. zone to 11 o'clock a.m. As you can see right here, we have right here we have 8 o'clock, 8:09, and here we have 11 o'clock, right? So it is what it is. So now let's just go straight to the chart and let's see what happened on the chart. So let's see what happened on the chart. So now let's just say our 8 o'clock start from here, and price start moving. Price start with a bearish movement, and then bullish movement. From there, we have this little consolidating movement, and then we have this, and also consolidating. We have stuff like this bearish movement again. No reasonable support and resistance zone for us to trade, but it is what it is. We just keep watching the markets to give us our movement. So up to this level, I don't think we have a good trade. So we have this kind of candlestick, but it is not what we want. It is not a good candlestick. It is not good. It is not tradable. This candlestick right here. This candlestick right here, it is called an indecisive candlestick. This one right here is called an indecisive candlestick. So after that, we move again onto the next. Price just keep giving us all this kind of movement. No reasonable support and resistance. And also, I don't want to trade outside my strategy. I don't want to trade above the moving average level. So it is what it is. So price just keeps moving, and no reasonable trade. No reasonable trade. Here, no reasonable trade. Not until you have something like this. Here, I think this trade is reasonable, but now let us check all the whole confluence. So the trade is reasonable. If it is tradable, I'm going to trade it. So I'm going to admit that I'm going to trade it because I was not on seats when all this movement was happening. So it's what it is. So let us see this particular candle right here. This particular candle right here. What's up? This particular candlestick right here. Yep. So now let us zoom and let's measure everything. So now this is a good candlestick. This is a good candlestick. A double bottom. So a double bottom. right? It's a good candlestick, good candle formation. But now one last thing to check is the measurement. On this trade already, I've already seen that we hit stop loss, right? I've already seen the stop loss because if anybody take this kind of trade as a sell, you are totally hitting stop loss or you just get out of the market. So let us see the measurements. Like I said from the beginning, if you are backtesting, whenever you are backtesting, you just have to be very, very real with yourself. Don't backtest something else and come to the chart and do something else. It is very, very wrong. As a trader, it is very, very wrong. So this trade is a good trade. Meaning, if I was on seat on Friday, I would have jumped on this trade. If I was on seat on Friday, I would have jumped on this trade, and this trade is going to make me risk. Um, the risk to reward of this trade is going to be a $3 risk, $3.20 risk, $3 risk, then to $5 reward, right? $5 reward. So it is what it is, but eventually this trade end up to be a stop loss. Like I said, a good trade does not necessarily have to be a take profit trade. So if you're going to calculate all this whole trade all together for a whole week from Monday to Friday, apparently this is where the week ended. So from here we have no trade again. Oh, not from here we have no trade again. Actually, we have something like this. Let us see, let us see, let us see, let us see. After the stop loss, it does not necessarily for us to take profit on a particular trade, but what is very, very important is for us to take a good trade. Once you are taking the good trade, say less, the profit will come. So one of the other thing to do in forex is to just wait for the good trades to come. Before a good trade come, a trader would have taken rubbish trade and would have blown accounts. So here we have one loss, meaning on from Monday to Friday, Monday no trade, Tuesday we have three profits, and Wednesday we have one profit, right? Which makes it, let's go back, which makes it how many profit like that? Uh, Wednesday we have one profit and one loss. We have one take profit and one loss, right? Wednesday one. On Monday no trade. On Tuesday we have three trades, which is three profits, and on Wednesday we have one profit and one trade. Then on Thursday we have zero trades. Then on Friday here we are. On Thursday we have zero trades. On Thursday we have zero trades. So totally, which means total we have four trades and one stop loss for Friday to Thursday. Then here we are on Monday to Thursday we have four wins and one loss, which is all equivalent to three wins like that. So on Friday, let's go back to Friday. So on Friday, here we are on Friday. Our first trade on Friday end up as a losing trade. So which means here we are, we lost this trade. And after this trade, what happened next? What happened next? So now let's go. It is what it is. The next thing that happened is after this boom, stop loss, price came here, give us this movement, come back here, came back here to the top, and this again. But it is what it is. It does not necessarily need to be clean, but this is also a good trade. So meaning this with this, now let us check all the confluence around surrounding this particular movement. Now, so this is a double top, as we all can see. This particular movement is a double top, right? Double top, a good candlestick confirmation. This bearish candlestick movement here, a good candlestick confirmation. Now the next thing to check is the measurement. So as a trader, you need to know that don't get you need to know that you don't need to get too excited because of just one trade. I don't need to get carried away because of just one trade. So if you are a trader and you get carried away because of just this one loss, because of this loss, you maybe like stay away from the chart, just off your chart that you're done for the day. You're not done for the day. You have to be done for the day when your time is up, right? You don't just leave the charts when even 10:30, you don't leave the chart at 10:30. I have to leave the chart exactly at 11 o'clock a.m. So this right here happened at around, this stop loss was hit around 10:37 on Friday, 10:37 a.m. on Friday. So this way is if I was not concentrating, just like I was just about to get carried away now, I would have missed this kind of trade, right? I would have missed this kind of trade. So It is what it is. So this trade also is giving us a 4 pips risk, four pips risk, and a 5 pips reward. 5 pips reward. You guys can see for the whole week, I've just been capturing five pips reward. It is not me, it is just what the market is presenting. So sometimes markets might present 15, 15 pips reward, 20 pips reward, but for now, this is what the market is presenting to me, right? So I have to take it with joy, and I don't have to go against my rules and regulation, right? So it is what it is. So here we have this price giving us a risk of 3.146, which is almost $4, and here we're going for 5 pips. This is a 1:2 risk to reward, right? So if you do like this, so this is a take profit trade. Nice trade, nice trade, good candlestick formation, good candlestick confirmation, and good movement of trade. So it is what it is, guys. For the week, for last week, as done now, as you all can see, for the week of last week, I took just six trade, 4 wins and 2 losses, right? For last week, it was 4 wins and 2 losses. Although I'm not on seats, I was not on seats when all this movement was going on, but it is what it is. This is the reason why you need to backtest. So this is the reason why I need to backtest, right? This is a good, solid reason for us to do our backtesting. As a beginner trader, as a professional trader, as a profitable trader, as a non-profitable trader, it is very good to do your backtesting, right? It is what it is. So, cause some traders don't even know what backtesting is. So, but that is another conversation, But if you want to know how to backtest, this is the right video for you to watch. As you can see, if you follow me from the beginning to the end, you see the way I am considering, I'm putting myself in consideration. If I was in position, if I was on seats when this thing is happening, when the market is moving like this, will I take this particular trade or not, right? Will I take this trade or not? So it is what it is. Let us go straight. After this trade hits TP, stop loss, boom, we went straight to this, right? And this was also a good trade, and it gave us another TP. So after that, that's all for Friday, right? That's all for Friday. So meaning on Friday, 4 wins, which is $20, and 2 losses, which is like $3, which is 6. So approximately, if I was on seats last week, I would have be profiting $14 off last week, and if I was using a 0.02, I'll be profiting like $28 just for last week. So it is what it is, guys, for now. And let's check where the price is currently, because before I started this backtesting today, I did not even intend on doing this backtesting today, because I was just watching the chart for today. So I just intend to do this backtesting so everybody can see the way I do my backtesting, right? Is I'm going to see you all next week, as I'm going to be giving us every trade by trade, every week how I'm trading every week. My trading journey, I'm going to be sharing it for us here on YouTube. And that's going to be all for today. Once again, I go by the name Big AG. If this is your first time watching me on YouTube, kindly do well to smash the like and the sub button. That for your boy ASAP. And this, if you want to know how to do a backtest, a good backtest, and you want to know what to look for in a good backtesting, this is the right video for you to watch, for you to know how to backtest, and what to watch out for in backtesting. As you can see, this is a 1 minute time frame strategy, good and solid, no cheating. This is what it is. Peace out. Let's go.